What's up, guys? NJ here, bringing you everything strategic. Today, let's talk about building fleets based on cruise speed. And as you see on screen, I just have a fun ship that moves at ludicrous speed. Hey, if you know where that reference is on ludicrous speed, leave a comment. All right, now first we're going to start with your fastest ships based on cruise speed. These are your blueprints. I'm laying this out this way so you can get ideas how you can maybe set up a fleet based on cruise speed to, have the fastest cruise speed that you desire. Simply put, the faster your fleet's only going to move as fast as your slowest ship, so keep that in mind. And also, the faster your cruise speed is, the better teamwork you can provide to your buddies, to your friends, or to your own fleet that might move slower. And when you're fighting stronger players, closing that gap to help flank is very crucial, especially the stronger the players. You hit whale level, you need to close that gap as soon as possible to help your buddy. Even if it's a whale fighting a whale, that really determines, with those team fights, of who's going to win and who's not with that type of teamwork. Well, anyways, these blueprints here, they aren't going to be so much for helping your teammates out, although they could in one aspect. It's primarily going to be all your scouts and stuff like that. This guy you could use for vision, and he moves fast. This is very fast speeds. Here's your ludicrous speed. Let's move on. Now let's talk about looking at war fleets. Here, there's a lot of great blueprints that you can use for a very fast cruise speed. Look at 1,035 to 1,040. That's very fast fleet setup if you're running all of these blueprints down here. I mean, you could even run these blueprints up here, and why I have this up here is because this is your fastest fighter aircraft carrier. The series at 977, you sacrifice a little bit of speed, but you still go very fast. And it's very useful, again, to support your friends and buddies with things like this, or catch a person out of position that moved out of the lines. If it's, let's say, an enemy, he moved out of position, and now you can use this fleet setup to intercept them and stop them from moving back to their buddies and allowing your buddies to move in to help flank. But I don't know what blueprints you all have, and I can't tell you exactly how to set up a fleet, but I laid this all out so you can kind of figure out what's going to work for you. You got Xeno, excellent damage, or a Ruby, especially B-type. Mare Sorrentis isn't bad, and if you got good Corvette blueprints, that's going to be phenomenal with just running those at AC 721s. Look at that. Eris, heavy cannon version, or any of the Quar variants. And even the series healer, the C-type, would be pretty nice just for, a little bit of healing, even though it's not so much, it's not really good, for PvP. But just showing all the options here. You got that torpedo version of the Winged Hussar, good against destroyers and frigates. People probably don't realize it that much. But yeah, definitely not good against those higher tier ships. And then, you got the B-Crillion. But let's move to some slower ships here, but that are still fast. Again, all of the blueprints I previously have shown in the other slides, you can run with these ships as well, of course. I'm just kind of showing you the ranges here. So you got your slow destroyers and your fast cruisers here. So that's 650 to 845 speed. And then the Winged Hussar and the Tundra is kind of unique. And the Rally A and B just don't move as fast, don't have at least capability to move as fast as the Stealth Rally. Stealth Rally has an additional upgrade to increase its cruise and warp speed even faster. So hopefully you can figure out some ideas. Like if you want, I would say this is like your standard fast fleet speed, 845, for having great dish out of damage. This is probably your standard fleet setup, but you can set up faster ones where it's that 1,000 range, that 1,035, 1,040 range for cruise speed. But as you start dropping down these cruise speeds here, your ability to effectively support your teammates or your own fleet starts dropping at this point when you start hitting this range, where you can still support them, of course, but it's just taking you longer to get to your buddies. So as we see, you have the Jaeger, the Predator, right here at a 650. I would say that's a moderate to slightly fast cruise speed. Like the 650 cruise speed, I would say is a decent cruise speed for helping out allies. But then once you start dropping here, 585, I'd say that's okay. And then finally, you hit this speed using these fat guys, which these guys will help really dish out damage, especially if you got the right blueprints for those carriers there. You can support buddies that are pretty much right next to you, but if your buddies are farther away, it's going to take a while. And, maybe against a lower tech point player, you got enough time. Usually with lower tech points, you got two low tech point fleets fighting each other. Battles take a lot longer, but against these very large, powerful tech point players or whales, whales, orcas, dolphins, the battles, what? If people are fighting to the death, maybe 6 minutes, 5 minutes, but people usually retreat pretty quickly. Again, these are some ideas. Finally, you have your slug shots. These are your fat, slow guys. But this is probably considered, that solar whale is probably considered the best ship for holding aircraft if you have all the tech points, all the mods, but it's not for supporting your allies. Then you have, the ST-59, probably, the most reasonable ship to help tank. Spear does well too, but it's just when I think of the price. But that's up to you how you want to run your fleet. Because I don't know if you're a whale. I don't know if you're a brand new player. So I'm just kind of getting an overall view on this. But you can't help buddies at this speed. Well, I hope you got some help give you some good ideas figuring out ships based on the cruise speed. And so if make sure you tell your other buddies to check out these videos if you want them to get better, them to get more strategic, thinking about these things. And if you want some random players to be thinking about these things that play Infinity Lagrange, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos to think strategically, hit that subscribe button. Until then, happy hunting.